Hi, this is Jay. One of the things I've noticed through the years is that sometimes, for some people, finger picking, which is a little more right hand intensive, is easier than just strumming chords depending on the chords. If like it's an F chord or some kind of minor chord that has a bar in it, it's a little bit easier to do finger picking. Because I want my students to work, but I don't want them to struggle. I don't want them to get mired down in something that's currently too difficult. We always want to accomplish the next easiest thing, and then when that becomes part of their foundation, then they can build on that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take an open D lick, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second if you don't know what open D is, and we're going to break it down piece by piece, and then we're going to put it in a song. So stay tuned. And the other thing I've noticed over the years is that if I'm going to be doing this, I should get some non-reflective lenses on the old Windsors, because you can see the computer screen reflected in my glasses there. Anyway, stay tuned and hope you enjoy it. Hi, I started this video quite some time ago and then I just never got to finish it, so I'm going to have another whack at finishing it. Today I'll be playing my son's $20 plywood J Junior guitar. It really is kind of a cool, funky little guitar. You can buy them brand new for like 80 bucks, and they do everything well. It's really kind of like a cheap alternative to parlor-sized guitar. I really like it quite a bit. Anyway, the last thing I remember doing in the introduction video was to say that the guitar was tuned to open D, and if you don't know what that is, that means that when you strum all the open strings, it's a D chord. So it's D, A, D, F sharp, A, and D, although I'm actually a half step down from that because I like the strings a little bit looser. It's a little bit easier on my hands. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is to go over what the bass line is going to be in this little lick that I'm going to teach you, and it's quite simple. It's called alternating thumb, and you are going from the 6th string to the 4th string, 6, 4, 6, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing we're going to do is to put some ands in there. We're going to put an and after 2 and after 3. So just to count it and not to play it, it goes 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And, you know, of course you have the ability to rewind and watch the video again, so there's no sense in me like drawing out the length of the video, explaining it, everything in unnecessary length. But so now we did the ands 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now we're going to actually play them. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So it's 6, 4, 2, 6, 1, 4. Those are the string numbers. 6, 4, 2, 6, 1, 4. And when I'm picking, I try to keep index finger on the 2nd string and middle on the 1st string, or index on the 3rd and middle on the 2nd. I try and break up the duties. A lot of people just pick with 2 fingers, thumb and index, and a lot of people pick with 4 fingers. I can't do that. I like to use both of my ring and pinky to anchor my hand onto the guitar. Some people don't anchor at all, but that's not me. Most pickers, they anchor. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to hammer on the 3rd beat. We're going to do this. We're going to take our middle finger of our left hand and hammer onto the 2nd string on the 3rd beat. We've just hit the 2nd string open on 2 and. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hammer middle onto the 2nd fret, 2nd string on the 3rd beat. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And it really is a great sound. The first time I learned to do that, I was happy, and you will be too. Okay, so now what we're going to do, actually this little thing here, you hit open 2, and you hammer, and then you hit open 1. You can put that after the 1st beat, so it's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You can put it after the 2nd beat, as we have done initially, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And you can also put it after the 3rd beat, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and And you're going to find that in a lot of open D songs, and the most common of which would be to have the ands after 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. When I'm teaching a song to somebody, I usually call that generic picking, when it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, kind of a Travis pick. All right. So now the last thing is we're going to put that in a song. Hopefully I won't make too many mistakes. This is When I Lay My Burden Down. This is kind of my version of it. Furry Lewis did the song, and Mississippi Fred McDowell did the song. He did it in Mississippi Fred McDowell did it in open D, but it's not the same thing that I'm playing. And Furry Lewis did it in open G, and it's really cool. There's a video of it somewhere on YouTube, and it goes like this. Glory, glory, hallelujah, when I lay my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, when I lay my burden down. That's one verse. There's a bunch of verses, and I put that lick in there sometimes on the first beat of the measure, but oftentimes the 4 beats of the little lick, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, went from the 3rd beat of one measure to the 3rd beat of the next measure. It would be beats 3, 4, 1, and 2 in the next measure. So there it is. I actually did that. I'm going to put in some little diagrams that you can look at, and there is an arrangement for this. My arrangement is on Ultimate Guitar Tabs, or you can email me at j@peaceloveandguitars, and I'll email it out to you. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. So like glory, glory. Oh, I did that wrong. Now I'm gonna have to cut that out. Glory, glory. I did it wrong again. Glory, glory, hallelujah.